Natassia.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome.
I'm tired of it.
Thoughts on Diddy do or Diddy don't? So
Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs. Lord have mercy.
It's a lot, y'all.
You know what this
and
is?
Every day.
This is kind of becoming worse than the Bill Cosby thing.
Oh, I think so.
The number of accusations.
Well, just the sheer numbers.
Well, and the time span.
But what's different though with Bill Cosby was we had him on such a pedestal that it was so hard to
that's true.
Just comprehend
he's not Bill Huxtable.
Right.
Yeah, he's not Bill Huxtable.
So
that's true.
We know Diddy's a bad boy, but we weren't thinking this.
No.
But he's
been my sexiest man alive this week, like twice.
I think
that's why we had to quit, y'all, because we get to liking folks, and then they show their ass, and then I'm like, oh, my bad, y'all.
So every day, y'all, there's been he's still in jail. They have not given him bail.
They've not granted him bail.
He's a flight risk. And also, not just the flight
tampering
risk.
The witnesses, I think?
Yes, because he's been texting and calling.
And we're not talking a few. We're talking over 100 to one person.
A day. Just something crazy. So that's why he's still in jail. And so as recently as yesterday, I think that was the third time they requested him to be released on bail, and it still
got denied, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we speak, he's still incarcerated. And the latest development is 120 people, including minors, y'all.
Yes.
And it was quite a few.
Quite a few minors, yeah.
Are bringing a lawsuit against him for. It's a number of things.
Yeah, it was sexual misconduct, sexual abuse, rape. There was a lot of stuff,
indecency with a child. You know, all kinds of things within these 120 people, and 120 people, men and women, mind you,
adult and child.
Yes. So that's kind of a blockbuster thing.
Child.
So every day, by the time you see this, I'm sure there's more because every
time we record one, the next day something happens, and I'm like, well, okay.
So it's just so unfortunate, and of course now so many people are coming out. You know, we warned you, we said this and that. People are speculating because I believe it's a district attorney said, it could be one or two people. It's either this district attorney or it's the lawyer representing these people. I cannot remember which one because so many people talk about it every day. But they stated in the videos and in the evidence that they have, there are people even more famous than Diddy.
Yes.
In the videos or in the...
that were predators alongside him.
Yes. And I think it was this attorney for these people because... he was asked, basically, you're going to put these people on blast. And he said, now, just if you went to a party or whatever, and, he's not doing that. But if you engaged in certain things, if you were watching this happen and not
the voyeurism
and you knew these people were minors or it was against their will, he's not cool with that. And we're not either. So.
I think this is going to be another year to 2 years of an absolute shit show. Because right now, there's so much evidence against Diddy. But what's scary is there are other people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's so many
people involved.
Yeah,
there's so many people involved, both on the where they're the victim.
Yeah,
and then so many people involved when they were just. Involved. Yeah. And we don't know to what extent. Now, there've been allegations, different people, like they went to the party and then they knew something wasn't right and they left. Yeah. There've been some of those recounts. Yeah. There've been, people were invited and they just didn't go at all.
Yeah, but they were still invited.
So
was it Rosie O'Donnell that was the neighbor?
Well, at one point they lived next door to each other, and he invited her to a party. And I guess she's thinking just a party, a neighborhood party. So she brings her kids, and whoever was at the door turned her away, which I guess thank God. Not that she wouldn't have stayed, but Yeah.
Now, you know what? Now, speaking of this, the person at the door turning her away, I got a problem with, and I will say it to their face, these mamas who had their children there, Usher being one of them. He was a minor, and he talked about how you go in every door you go in, there were people having sex, lots of people. Like he was such a minor that he couldn't fathom an orgy. Like he didn't understand
what that was.
And
nor should he.
I agree, but at the same time, that says a lot when you're as famous as he was even back then. Yeah. Usher was famous back then.
Justin Bieber was
Justin
there.
Bieber too.
He was just a kid.
Yes.
People are replaying and looking at some of the songs they wrote and some of the things that were going on. And, Justin Bieber found religion, which is a good thing, for him. Because where else would you go with that? Yeah. Like that's such a heavy thing.
But I'm upset with these parents. You know what? And this goes back to how I felt about the Michael Jackson thing. This is not me saying Michael Jackson did it or didn't do it. I'm saying I'm not taking did he do or did he don't. But I'm not taking my kids by it.
We're just saying allegedly.
But I'm not taking my kids there because this isn't a place for children. This is a grown up.
You guys, Diddy let's round up. He's 60. Because 56 is if you round up, those are the rules of the round up.
Hell, even if he's 50, you too damn old for this.
Like, really? Are we still doing craziness? And not that it was ever right, even when you were young.
But when you were young, I would think maybe you don't understand the consequences. You're young and dumb.
But you
are old enough to be somebody's granddaddy.
Girls.
Yeah.
You have girls. Yeah. And I just don't understand this. Now, and for some of y'all that are doing some shady stuff and questionable, you better get it together because whether you call it God, karma, whatever, payday always comes.
Baby.
Always. I have lived long enough to see. And I have even something's happened to even people I know, and years have gone by, and you'll read about something that happened, and you're like, what? And then you kind of flash back to, oh my gosh. And it just, don't play with that. Yeah. It's the arrogance of both youth and I guess sin or, I don't know what it is.
I think some of it is the power. Some of it's the arrogance of power.
I've gotten away
I'm
with
untouchable. I've gotten away with this. Nothing's going to happen.
You really haven't. Yeah. It is just the grace of God that gives you a chance
there's some money for those kids
pull it together in time to salvage your life and your business. But, if you don't do it, payday's coming. And it's so sad. So the girls, he has 3 young 4, because he's got a baby, and then 3, the twins, and
that's
then
right.
That other,
that's right.
Yeah.
Lord. So, and that's not even counting the older boys,
right? So
that's just talking about the young.
Of course,
how many
the baby,
kids did he have? 6?
I don't know. A lot.
Okay.
The baby, of course, is with her mother,
and by baby we mean 2 or less. I want to say
right. And then there's a girl. There's 3 girls that are very similar in age. Yes. There's twins that he had with Kim Porter, and then another Chauncey, something like that. She has
that sounds right.
Kind of. I'm not sure. Start with a C name. Yeah. That's kind of the same age.
Yeah.
But
she's like the same age as the twins.
Mom.
Yeah.
But the twins' mom is passed away. So, of course, their dad's in jail and their mom has passed away. So, the mom's best friend took over.
Moved into an apartment with them or something.
So, they got an apartment. They all moved in. So, and everybody's out of the house. They were all in that house that got raided. Yeah. Which I'm sure is traumatizing. So, and I hope there's money set aside for these girls. So, because Diddy's money's going to be gone. All these people, and I'm sure there's more, he's not going to have anything left. So I hope there's something, at least college money for these girls that's not in his name. Yeah, that they can.
That's access. My hope is that there's a trust.
If he's tied up in it, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's gone. But hopefully,
because you're talking about 120 plus people,
right? Plus. There's I mean, who knows?
So I don't care. You know, you may be looking at
plural. So you don't know how many.
Yeah. And orgy really is usually more than 5 or so. Because otherwise it's kind of,
it was a big
threesome or foursome.
If you're saying if in all the rooms
a mansion
and this stuff. And then they were filming, allegedly filming like porno type things with porn stars, but the girls were drugged. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of incriminating evidence. And I'm going to tell you, I feel like from a legal standpoint, if they done took you in with no bail, baby, they got some stuff on you.
They do. Because even
to raid.
Right. Because they'll take your passport and stuff. And, even if you have money and access.
Their thing is,
there's some things they can do.
You can just charter a private jet and be gone.
Right. But they'll take your passport, so you can't do that. But no, they didn't. I mean, there's just
they said you're going to stay in here.
Yeah. So we will keep you posted.
And I'm sure by the time we post
this, it's such a sad turn of events. So I'm sad. I'm sad for the victims.
Oh, yes. And I'm so sad for victims because people have said it. Like, you look back over clips. Of course, we do this, right? We did the same thing with R. Kelly. Because R. Kelly was playing in our face forever. Yeah. He sang about what he was doing and nobody took it serious. But like Diddy kind of did the same thing. Like he's rubbing it, and that's just the arrogance of it.
Yes.
But you think about I think about the clip. I remember watching this when he was like rubbing on Mike Tyson, and it's Mike Tyson. Like in my head, Mike Tyson could knock almost anyone out. I mean, really, that's
just so shocked that
he was. And he was like, well, and it's on like it's a broadcast. So you've got there's so many clips of people coming forward, and then thinking about as a society how we turned on them. Like, oh man, this Diddy, you tripping, you have an issue. Right. When all along, no,
we're so intoxicated by fame, and fortune, and a lot of these girls that get into these situations, it's kind of with the promise,
of some type of success.
They have power to help you.
Yes,
honey.
It ain't worth it.
You don't need that. And let me tell you, what God has for you is for you, and you don't need to.
You don't need to inherit all this trauma for sure.
Do any of this to get what's yours. So our hearts go out to the victims. Yes. And I consider his children involved as victims. Come on, especially the girls.
Your mom's
I don't know about
dead.
The boys because they took some of their computers, so they might have been, I'm not sure.
But even them, you're a victim because your daddy put you in this. And instead of protecting you, he thrust you into this madness. And you may not know any other way to live.
Yes. And exposed you to it.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known this.
Yeah. But the girls, you imagine the trauma.
Your mom's dead.
The trauma.
And there was a lot of drama surrounding Diddy and Kim Porter and the girls asking for help and allegedly wanting the doctor to come back to the home, and then Kim Porter died. So they already had, there's just trauma with that.
If it all, I mean, and I pray it all does come out. And just so we know. Yeah. So we know. I pray.
You know how Tyler Perry always kind of helps people under the table. If Tyler Perry just set them up with somewhere to live or something, oh my, because they just.
Well, I think it sounds like they do have access to some money because they're the ones that got the apartment.
Oh, that's right. She just came to live with them.
So
okay, you're right.
What kind of apartment? If they bought it, if they rented, I don't know. We don't know. I don't know. So they hopefully have some money. Their mom probably left them some.
I would hope so.
So
I just don't know the statutes because they're minors.
And they're 16. They'll soon be graduating from high school and on to college. So that is my hope and prayer. Yeah. There's just enough money for that, and they can start their life and just be
put as much of this behind them as possible.
But my heart goes out to them, all the victims, and we'll keep you posted. But it is a quagmire of a mess.
It is.
It really is. Okay, up next, simple meditative affirmations at work. But first, a message from our sponsor.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
I don't feel like any affirmation goes with this topic.
Nothing.
So guys, just FYI, this is non-related. But my affirmation is, I am constantly receiving good news.
Oh, that is a good one. Mine is, I am a beautiful work in progress.
Okay. I like both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it kind of makes me, it's so sad.
It's so heavy. But you know what? It kind of speaks to people are people and human. And no matter how much we admire and look up to people, we all have skeletons in the closet. We've all done things we're ashamed of. We're so flawed.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe just not do that.
Yeah. Because if you're not careful, you're idolizing something that really, little do you know, this ain't what you want.
Yeah. So that it does kind of speak to that. But our hearts, again, go out to all of the victims.
Yeah.
And we'll keep you posted on this.
Yeah, because more is going to develop.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll have content for quite a while, I'm sure.
A solid year, sadly. A solid year. Okay, loves, thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and you find joy in the little things. Till next time.
Bye, guys.